guys, just started spring break and I decided it's time to start a new project, so I'm going to put out a new photography video once a week covering different topics. Let me know if there's anything in particular that you want me to cover, and going to start out with something fun. First week we're going to do DIY lighting. To understand photography you have to understand light, and the best way to understand light is to make your own light and control that light. So the big hurdle, of course, is price. Lights are expensive, light modifiers are expensive. If you want to go out and get a set of studio lights paying, $1,500 on the cheap end, then you got to buy modifiers. You're always looking at stands and everything like that. So you can get speedlights, which don't have the same power output, but they're fun to play with, a couple $100s, and the problem most people run into here is that they don't make that many modifiers for them. So you're basically stuck with, little doohickeys they put on there for you. You can buy little cheap soft boxes that are yay big, and that can only take you so far. So I'm going to show you how to make some light modifiers for speedlights out of household materials. They're not going to be pretty looking, but they will do the job, and I'll show you the results, and let's get started. A couple things to think about before doing this project are that with speedlights, like I said before, you only have a limited amount of power output. So the closer you can get to your subject, the better. You're going to have faster recycle times. Probably not going to shoot huge groups of people with these things unless, maybe 4 or 5 people if you're just using it as a fill light. But these will work really well for just single portraits, head and shoulder type stuff. So this one's really simple. It doesn't really get more simple than this. Just a cardboard box, line it with white paper, cut a hole in the bottom so you can fit your flash through. You can bounce your flash off the top or off the back wall of the box, and you've got your light now coming from a much larger area than just the flash head, so you're going to get softer light. This one's very similar actually, just a larger box. Cut a hole through the bottom here, fit your flash through. This one has a flag built off of one side and over the top, so you get a little bit of bounce back into the subject's face depending on how you position it. I also have the ability to stick the flash behind this paper here, which creates sort of a glow through this curved piece of paper, and actually works fairly well for product shots. I'll try to include a photo of what I've done with this, with product shots, as well as the test photos we're doing. Moving on, this one's actually a lot of fun. It's all cardboard, paper bags, aluminum foil, all taped together. This is actually a food bowl from a microwave meal. So, like, really DIY, you can use anything around the house. There's a hole for the flash right here. Scoot it in, and I taped up a piece of cardboard that comes across the flash back with some Velcro. So you kind of flap that over, and it's not going anywhere. And nice little diffuser that you can get pretty close to people's faces and offer some nice light. So getting a little more original, here I have a combination softbox ring light, so you can fit the lens of your camera through the middle here, and you can have light coming from all sides using it as a ring light, or you can just take this off camera and use it as a softbox. I've actually got some pretty good quality light out of this one, and you're probably wondering what I made this out of staring at the front. Looks a little ambiguous. So, in the grocery stores they have those pans for roasting your turkeys. Get one of those, and I'm going to cut a hole in the side for your flash unit. That's where that's going to go in. This ring light piece here is actually just a can of nuts with the bottom cut off, and I line the inside with gaff tape so you're not going to get any harsh reflections into your lens. And Did some real cheap reinforcement on the back here with some cardboard and tape. The front is actually shower curtain material. You can probably pick up a nice white shower curtain for the plastic part, obviously, not the fabric, for $4 at a discount store, and you can probably make 20 of these out of that. You don't need much. And then I just hole punched around the edges, use zip ties to tie it together, and that's it. One thing I noticed about the ring light softbox combo is that while it does work fairly well as a softbox, your distribution of light isn't quite as great as it could be. So when you have your light coming through the side like that, and one thing I forgot to mention on this one, line the outside of the nut can with aluminum foil, so that way hopefully you can see that it's going to bounce around the inside better and you're actually going to get some light out of it. The downfall of putting the light in through the side here is you sort of have a concentration of light over in one area and it doesn't get the entire softbox as well as it could. So I made one without the hole in the center, so no longer can really use this as a ring light, but it does work fairly well as a softbox. This design I actually don't like. This is sort of an intermediate one I did. I used an old CD spindle, cut a hole in it so that you can fit a flash through there. It's really ugly. It's not super sturdy, so this one's probably going to get trashed. But I have an improvement on it. Dinner is served. So this is an improvement on the other one that I just showed you, and we have the same thing here, the turkey roasting, I don't know what that Vanna White thing was, turkey roasting pan, got the shower curtain material on the front, hole punches, zip ties, only this time I used coat hangers to bring the frame of it out a little farther, and just a rectangle of cardboard that the coat hangers go into, and then from there just make sheets of paper bag on one side with tin foil on the other side, aluminum foil, so it's nice and reflective inside. And yeah, just some gaff tape around the edges. This is probably my favorite DIY light modifier I've made. Works really well. It's held up pretty good. Originally I didn't think it was going to be that sturdy, but it's fallen over and taken a little bit of abuse, so pretty much, if you've been following my Flickr project, almost all the stuff on there with artificial lighting was shot with this. So, just to give you an idea, you can flip through there. I'll probably include some of those images in this video, just for those you want to see. Alright? One final little doohickey I've made that I don't even know if it works or if it looks better than just a regular flash, but nut can with a little piece of food plastic on the front. I believe there's a hole cut in the back, yes, for your flash unit. Not sure about that one, but we'll see if it does anything. So really, I think the point here is to just try stuff out and just grab materials, think about how it's going to diffuse the light, and go for it, play around.